Hi guys, and welcome to another video. Today's video is just a bit of Foot Champions gameplay. Apologies. Oh, look at that team! Wow. Addressing a lot of what's been going on in the community the last 2 days. It's been probably the most heated it's been, and we've had some moments, and it could have been possibly the worst 2 days in EA's history in terms of the FIFA brand. So we'll go into this. Yeah, my opinions on the game I've already documented, and you lot, fantastic. I almost had about 700 views on that, which is brilliant. But I'm not very good at talking and concentrating at the same time, so I might lose this. I've got silver 1, that was my aim again, because I can't deal with this gameplay. And as you see, more and more pros, especially today, after I think there was some form of qualifiers today, have come out and are now, I think people are finding their voices, and I'll get into why, which I think you know why, but we'll get into why later on in this video. But I think people are finding their voices now, and you know, once they've gotten used to the game and they've realised now that it's simply not good enough. And it's not just a case of, oh, you know, they've made a bad FIFA, you know, they've made a mistake, give them a chance to rectify it. It's been like this for years now, and I think because we had such a bad FIFA, such a bad FIFA last year, people are absolutely not going to accept it, because the lack of content and everything that we had last year, and the fact that there's been no update to Pro Clubs, there's been no update to career mode. You know, they had one main thing to do, which is on here, and what most people said, look, alright, maybe if they haven't opened with Pro Clubs, which I still think for a multi-million-pound company is unacceptable to repackage to, you know, half of your game and sell it on. But either way, you thought the fact that they've not made through Pro Clubs, the main issue last year was gameplay, and you would have thought that they would have sorted it out, but no, I actually preferred FIFA 18 gameplay, which I got so bored of. I actually prefer it to this year's, because this year's has been atrocious, and more pros are finding their voice, and everyone else is finding their voice in terms of how bad the game is. How there's so many things wrong, I can't even get into all of it. Goalkeepers are idiotic, you know, referees stupid, you know, pace gap not in a game. So, there is no pace gap. You know, I was one-on-one earlier on with Jamie Vardy, and about 40-50 pace defender caught me up, baffled by it. Not only that, his passing's just not great. You know, goalkeepers, I don't know if I mentioned that yet, the goalkeepers are just all over the shop. Shooting is horrendous, and we've seen recently a little, I don't know if you could say glitch, an error, in which people are shooting one way with a player and it's going in a completely different direction. Don't get me wrong, there has to be some form of error, like not everyone that you shoot has to be perfect. It depends what player you're shooting with. But it's not acceptable when you've got an open goal, and I don't care whether you've got a bronze player or anything. If it's the lowest rated bronze player, it should be scoring that 999 times out of 100 with an open goal, and it's clear that we've seen with the arrows, it's just not going the right way. And a member of EA's team said, so I think it was the Matt HD game, that, you know, they're going to be looking into it and everything. But my fact is, you know, people can sit there and they can go, oh yeah, well, you know, they're looking into it. It shouldn't have happened in the first place. Shooting is a huge part of this game. You know, it's how you score goals. And there's already been 2 major errors. One with the side foot, which, by the way, because I had early access, I could tell, anyone could tell that there was an issue with that. And they acknowledged that a day before release, and it wasn't fixed into a week and a half after release. That's unacceptable. A day before release, they should be working night and day, to get that fixed, and they didn't. And now it's this error, you know, and they want to be taken seriously in the esports world. Have a laugh, EA. Have a laugh. You know, you can't have 2 major errors with shooting, which you've taken excessive amount of time to fix, and expect it to be taken seriously. It's a joke. It's an absolute joke. But obviously, I think let's start off with the timeline. It started off Friday when the Screen promo was meant to come out. The night before the Screen promo was meant to come out, there was the video that we received at 6 PM on Friday was accidentally tweeted, God knows why or how, by someone at EA on the EA account. People obviously clipped it, and then at that point I think they realised, you know, oh, we're going to have to release the full team now because everyone knows it already. You know, you know, no one can sit there and no one can sit there and tell me that that was, you know, that was planned. Not at what I think it was like 4 minutes past 2 or something in the morning. No, that's not planned. And then, you know, at the end of the day, you can say, oh, you know, that hasn't done much thing. But then 6 o'clock comes about, and regards to SBCs, not a single SBC there. You know, you know, it's just brand new promo, not a single SBC. But of course, they remember to bring out the promo packs. But of course, they are so greedy, and they were so well. I mean, I don't want to make it seem too biased, but obviously it may do. But they were. I don't know how a multi-million-pound company, not a single person, before releasing those packs. Surely you did check everything before you send it out. But surely you don't look at that and go, you know, oh, that's oh no dear. You know, you can't look at that and go, yeah, that's fine. When it's got FIFA 18 labelled on it, on the packs, they were so lazy they couldn't even be bothered to change the pack design. And I mean, what's that about? You know, you're asking for millions of pounds, and you know, people to spend all this money on points, and you can't even change the pack design. So much so that you sent it out, the pack with FIFA 18 on it. I mean, that's just you can't accept it in any way, in any company. I mean, yeah. And then later on in the day, got a chance here. Later on in the day, we find out that Kurt's been banned, and as much as EA can say it was abuse towards other players, I think it's clear it's not. Because in any esports or any sort of competition, there will be people trash talking each other, and that's what he did. I watched all of his videos, saw all of his tweets, and at no point did he cross the line any way, shape or form. And I think you'll find most pros will say that as well. And I think EA obviously had a clear vendetta against him, you know, from the get-go, because he's criticising the game, and everything he says is 100% true about this game. He may say it in a bullshit way, but people go, you know, he didn't go about it the right way. The way he's gone about it has actually brought attention to the issue, because if he'd have gone about the nice way, he'd have been ignored, just like all of us get ignored when we come out with criticism. You know, it's not acceptable, and I think it's disgraceful to ban someone who's making a living off it for criticising your game, and that's what it was. I don't believe, a lot of people don't believe it either, that it was due to abuse. I think it was down to them, him having an audience and criticising the game. You know, he wasn't the sort of bloke they could get on to be a game changer and, you know, try and turn him into a yes man. I'm not saying all game changers are yes men, but, you know, anyone with an audience is now connected with EA. So, and you've just seen they banned someone who, you know, who's connected with them in a different sense in terms of competition. Apologies again. And they ban him for purely having an opinion that's right, criticism of the game, to which we've all been saying, and it has backfired on them hugely. And it's great to see the community come together and say, you know, we support Kurt in this. The way you've behaved is absolutely abysmal, and we're not going to accept the way you treat the players anymore. They come out with statements, and their statements are bombarded with people saying, "Well, free Kurt," or, you know, reasons the game is horrific, and how disgraceful their behaviour is. I personally am on Kurt's side myself. I'd like to know if you are down below and why. But it's been a shambles, and then today it just so I'll take this free kick for a second. We're gonna do.
Tried to catch him out with a short free kick.
And then today they release some SBCs finally. Whether they intended on releasing both of them on the same day anyway, I don't know. But it shows how out of touch they are with the game. You know, if you'd have told any normal player, you know, what would happen to the market if you released these SBCs, first SBCs of the promo, needing a Lincoln player and some other American team, whatever, so a team in Colombia. And they'd say, well, they've not got any gold players, not many people opening bronze packs, etc. They're going to be about 10k each, these players. So that's 20k already. So the first one, which is a pack value, I don't know what the pack values are that. It's not more than 20, I don't think. But that will cost you about 25k to do. And the other one's even worse. 10k for a Plymouth player, 10k for I can't remember the other team, but 10k for the other team's player, and there you go. You know,
where it's a promising position.
That's for a 15k pack, so you're going to be spending 23k to get a 15k pack. I mean, you're not stupid. You're not going to do it. But yeah, there you go. It just shows how out of touch they are with their own game. You know, no one's going to do those SBCs. Everyone's just sold. Most people, sorry, have sold their players that are worth something. You know, but let's be honest, these are two SBCs you just need to write off. And apparently they're only releasing 3 SBCs this whole promo anyway. You know, we've not seen anything good, have we? You know, this promo has been a shit show, and it's only been 2 days. You know, the cards aren't even good for SBCs anymore because they don't get boosted up to their value. So you can see a bloke with 90 pace, 90 defending, and what, like, he doesn't even match his rating on the card. One weekend you can have Ampadu, I think he's Ampadu, who could be on, you know, 90 shooting and 90 physical. He's just not, you know, he's not. You can't use him. That's not a usable card for a centre back. It's you know, last year's was much better where lots of stats got boosted, but it's almost as if they've tried to stop trading altogether, and that's disgraceful as far as I'm concerned. Same with the marquee matchups. These last few have been abysmal. I think this one on Tuesday was the worst of them all. Like 2 silver packs, 1 gold pack, 1 election players pack, and I thought they had to put a 25k pack as the max, but they didn't. They put a gold players pack, and it's clearly because people like investing. They like investing in things, and I don't blame them. And they should encourage that. You know, this is investing and, you know, trading is what made this game what it is today. And as far as they're concerned, unless they're, you know, if someone's not putting thousands of pounds into their game, they don't want it happening, so they give out the least rewards they possibly can. But it's a horrible time to play FIFA at the moment. It's good interception there. I personally think any other company, you put Konami in this, and you know, I don't rate PES at all really. But if you put, look at that touch, look, he didn't need to do that. You put Konami in charge, and I think they'd do a better job than what EA are doing now. It's a shambles, it really is, and I don't think it's going to get any better because they're too arrogant to admit we've done wrong. And I think they have too many people, too many big YouTubers on their side in a way. I've seen a few come out and say things. Mainly the pros have come out, which is good. But you know, as long as certain YouTubers are getting their free T-shirts or free controllers sent to them, and everything, then they're not going to, you know, invite to events. They're not going to criticise EA. If I ever became a big YouTuber, no chance in a million years, by the way. I would not change myself for a second. I would criticise this game, criticise it if it was due. I always criticise when it's due, and this FIFA is one of the worst FIFAs we've ever had to endure. I mean, I said it from the start. I said it was awful. A lot of people said it was good. You know, they had to get used to it. But now, finally, people are coming to terms with, you know, we've got another year, another woeful FIFA.
Yeah, maybe a little sighter for him.
I'd like to know your opinions down below. If anyone watches this, that they will. My pack opening didn't even get a few. But you know, it's important to get everyone's opinions on this because mine's not the only one that matters. But I don't see things changing. But if it is going to change, this is the moment, because I've never seen such an uprise against EA. You know, in the history that I played FIFA. You know, it's embarrassing, it really is. But you know, I think there's a lot of issues with this game, and they need the biggest patch EA have ever done to try and fix it. And I don't think EA are the people for the job for it. You know, and I mean, we have Corey and Zaro, who's the community managers, but I think we know that with them working for them, they can't. You know, what's been said? Okay, let's wrap up the game. What has been said, you know, by them since this whole Kurt issue? Nothing. They've gone quiet because I think they've been told to go quiet. I think they've been told, you know, any post they make will be bombarded with things about Kurt. I think they will try and ride this out until, you know, it goes. And I don't think it will go. I don't think it will go. I think people will keep fighting about it, and I personally will. I hope you will too, because we deserve better. and that guy didn't deserve better because I deserved that win. We'll just finish it off with my FUT Champions. Started off really well. I think I started off with like 8 wins in like 11 games, and then I started getting played up against super teams and really good players, and it went downhill fast. Some really stupid things happening, and then I said I'd be happy if Silver won every week because it gets you back in for next week, because I'm not very good at this year. And I got gold 3 last week, and what with 9 matches left, I'd like to get gold 3 again. I don't bother with gold 2. The rewards aren't good enough. I'm not going to get gold 1. You know, at this rate, I probably won't get gold 3 the way I've been playing, but that was a decent game. But anyway, you know, if you'd like me to make another video about this, please leave a like and let me hear your opinions. You know, a sub would be appreciated. Thank you very much. Bye bye.